Welcome back, folks. We're here with some more Elden Ring Crossbow-Only. And last time, we picked up the Solitary Jail set. I don't actually remember what that place is called. Western Nameless Mausoleum for the Solitary set. Solitude set. Except I felt like swapping in the Great Helm in place of the Helm of Solitude. Who knows what I'll stick with in the end. And well, I don't remember. Did I already say hi, Rafkin? If not, hi, Rafkin. In order to give people time to join, I'm gonna go ahead and do some quick collecting of stuff that I've thought of since last time. And that does start with the Old Lord's Talisman, but I'm not going to bother fighting Bernal. Just gonna run in there, grab the talisman while I get swarmed. Jeez. I can't fault them. They were on the ball. I should have buffed up before going in there. There's a good chance that just happens again. Oh, you're kidding me. I forgot, you can't Mark of Grace out when you get invaded. Luckily, it looks like he has a pretty short range of how far he can follow you. Anyway, that's one thing. Was there anything else? I mean, I know there's one other thing. So, right now, our goals are... beating the Dancing Lion and beating Rolana. Those are the enemies that we've got to clear before we can leave Gravesite Plains. Now, one thing that I should probably mention is that we can't actually do all of the bosses. It's not possible to do a strictly region-locked approach. Oh, that's not the black key bolts. There we go. So it's not possible to do a strictly region-locked run of the DLC unless you somehow segment Skidoo Altus to separate out the area with Natir, Mother of Fingers. Because you either have to go to the Cerulean Coast to unlock the boss fight first, or, in which case, you can't do... If you do it that way, you can't get the... whatchamacallit? If you do that, you can't fight the Putrescence Knight when you're in that area. On the other hand, if you go... There are the black key bolts. To Skidoo Altus first. You can't do the Natir fight right off the bat. You can't do Putrescence Knight until you go to Skidoo Altus. You can't do Natir until you go to Cerulean Coast. It's a catch-22. They are completely incompatible. Which means we kind of just have to accept that we can't do them. Also, those were the last of the black key crossbow bolts in the game. In the entire game. We've got all 90, I want to say. I also did the usual farming off stream. Refreshed our supply of ammo. Still don't have maxed out Rotbone bolts. Because those are just terrible. I could probably track down some, like, permanent Ionian butterflies that I haven't picked up yet. But, well. So, in terms of this next fight, This thing has 0% fire and 0% pierce negation, which means fire bolts should do pretty well. At the same time, its bleed resist is pretty low too. So I think the strategy here is to just go with fire and bleed bolts for as much of this as we can. We could slip in rot, it's just a little bit trickier to take advantage of than the alternatives. Also, I don't think we should need arrows reach. I don't know off the top of my head if there's anything specifically that we would benefit from more. Dragon Crest, great. Dragon Crest Shield is always good. Erdtree's Favor would give us some extra health and stamina. Spelldrake would help us against the Frost phase. Fire Scorpion would be decent. They've all got potential, but I think I'm just going to stick with what we have for now. So my general plan for this fight is basically to head in there and try and get through phase 1 primarily with fire damage, and then once we hit phase 2 I'll go with bleed. Bleed is probably going to be a bit faster, and I'd like to make the faster progress during the harder phase, because I genuinely hate fighting this thing.
O horn-decked beast from higher sphere delivered, take root inside the tower's sculpted keepers, and perched within, we beg of thee, rise. Dance on Kavod, cleanse gold and know it. Cruelty, woe, and those who plague the tower. Cleanse away the strumpet's vile progeny.
These guys have totally managed to smash their fingers in those teeth more than once. Dang. I'm not good at the dodge timings in Phase 2. At all. The strategy is clearly working, though, so that's nice. Okay, 2 tries, not bad. I'm not good at this fight, like I've said a few times. I'm kind of tempted to try out the head, but I really don't want it to cut into my flask recovery, and also I don't need the strength and dex boost. Okay. Slip an extra point into vigor, that's fine. head up here real quick, just for the revered spirit ash. Once we have that, it's off to Castle Ensis. We don't really need the message at the top of the stairs here. Before we go to Castle Ensis, I'm gonna stop and restock on arrows. The usual, y'all know how it goes at this point. Couldn't even quite refill. Oh well, who cares? So yeah, Rolana's gonna be a pain. Also, as a bit of a weird side thing, the number of bosses required to do... The number of non-remembrance bosses in the DLC that are required in order to do all remembrances is surprisingly low. Almost every required boss in the DLC is a remembrance boss. The only ones that are non-remembrance bosses that you still have to do if you want all remembrances are Hippo and Jory, unless I'm forgetting something. Okay, and for once, I am just gonna run past this guy, because I can't be bothered to kill this idiot with arrows. Just gonna run past everyone if I can. I don't want to deal with these guys. And that isn't enough. Yeah, I can't upgrade either of those. Thank you for putting yourself in position to be headshot. You know, it's honestly pretty funny. In a lot of cases, people tend to consider ranged weapons in Elden Ring mainly for, like, clearing out mobs and stuff. And yes, that's a benefit in a sense. Like, you can do that. But at the same time, they're not that great at killing regular mobs, whereas range is a really good way yeah, I know about the dog. Range is a really good way to build up status on bosses, keep posture going, things like that. So guys, I don't think I can make use of this cameo. Who's shooting? Someone over there. Got it. Jeez. I am like 99% sure that the player's glintstone pebble can't go that far. Bye, folks. Any chance of him just falling in? No, doesn't. You know, I'm honestly at least a little surprised that they haven't found a way, that they haven't taught the enemy AI to call elevators and stuff back down. If they're trying to chase you. Sorry, just real quick. I want to double check one thing. Shadow of the Erd Tree. Everything. Castle Ensis. Oh, right. That's the imbued sword key. Yeah, I don't think we need that. Where does that one waygate lead to? Ah, right. Yeah, we don't need that thing. Okay. Well, let's... Oh, I didn't mean to close the map. Let's talk R'hllana. So the obvious thing is that she's pretty vulnerable to pierce and lightning, but she's also fairly vulnerable to poison and rot. And unlike the divine beast dancing lion, I think I'm willing to spend rot bolts on her. I really just don't want to have to deal with R'hllana for any longer than strictly necessary. We'll definitely swap off Arrow's reach. It's not going to do anything for us in an arena this small. Oh, and we want lightning tier on. I hear that Letta is really bad at this fight. I don't know if it's just because they didn't give her good stats, or if she just matches up poorly into R'hllana, but... I got trapped. There was nothing I could do to dodge that. I was either going to dodge the Carian Phalanx, or I was going to dodge her follow-up attack. I don't know how I was supposed to avoid getting locked into that. Alright, I think I'm going to save myself a little bit of the trouble of switching around by taking off the Arbalest for this one. What?! That did 70% of my health in one hit! What the crap just happened? That was one shot that did 70% of my health. can't deal with those ranged options. I'm also using a lot of rot bolts on one boss, which is annoying because of how stupid they are to try and farm. Alright, time to ditch that strategy and instead see how I do with winged crystal. Crystal tier. And bleed. Alana, I hate you so very much. I had 500 and... I used 100 rot bone bolts trying to get through her. Literally 100. To the number. Okay, as weird as it is, I'm going to go back to leveling Faith for a little bit. because... Oh, holy cow, I do not want to leave those on. Yeah, let's not accidentally spend rotbone bolts. Okay, I spent 90 rot bolts on Liurnia. Oh, and if you're wondering about the black key bolts, I'm saving those for Radahn. That's the plan. That is the entire plan for them. It's use these on Radahn. Once I've gotten somewhat used to dodging him and trying to punish his other stuff. Oh, jeez. Thank you for the stand, Rafkin. Liurnia is similarly weak to poison. She's got the same resistance to poison that she does to rot, but I'd rather go with one or the other than sink both into them. There's still a part of me that regrets leaving a couple of these guys alive. It would be so much more convenient if all of their stuff was just for sale in the round table. Okay, that said, we have cleared Castle Ensis, and as such, we've cleared the Gravesite Plains. We are ready. Oh, welcome to the stream, B. We're ready to enter Skidoo Altus.
You haven't. I found it. Righteous. Oh, you must some more provision, some more his brethren. No doubt these are not should you spot. Righteous. Well, as suspected, kindly Mikund appears intent on holy dispossession. He must be seeking and
You know, a recurring thing in Elden Ring is just that there seem to be some serious advantages to not having a body. Like, generally you want one, but sometimes it's just not as helpful as you'd think. Like, for example, Roni could only escape the influence of the Greater Will by, well, dying. But at the same time, she still wanted a body, so she swapped for her puppet form. Mikola wants to get into the tower, and in order to pass the thorns that block it, he dispossesses himself of his flesh. Skidoo blessing. Let's go. Alright, give me a sec. I want to pull up the map. I know where several of these are, but I don't really know where a lot of the Spirit Ash blessings are. Statue by Bonnie Village. Potbearer in Bonnie Village. Statue by Morth Ruins. Potbearer by Morth Ruins. I'm in the Village of Flies, but we can't reach that yet. Skidoo View Cross. Recluse downstream. Cave. And, of course, the Church of the Crusade, where I will be invaded by Queeline. So passing by here, I'll get jumped by that guy. Since we're here, I think I'll just go ahead and make my way down to Bonnie Village. Don't die. Thank you. I wonder why the Inquisition is down here. Seems like a strange place to have them. Welcome to the stream, Lastborn. For the hydrate. Gotta go pick up Oh Mother for later. Somehow I always manage to forget that that is the toothpick. So I think if I get a bit farther past this bridge, Miquella's Great Rune breaks. But I just want to grab the Site of Grace. Okay. The one in that cave, the Church of the Crusade, and the cross up here. Speedrunners have found some crazy parkour to get down to the low areas in this DLC. It's so impressive. Okay. Before I continue up the back way to reach to reach the fort, whose name I've actually forgotten now that I think about it. We're gonna head over here and get the Elak River Grace. A single revered spirit ash that I could have already gotten, actually. And then we'll probably go... And... yeah, that's Templetown Ruins, so is that... We'll probably head north now. Pick up the two-headed turtle talisman. Mold flies. Ooh, silver bone timber. I didn't even remember that was there, but that'll be handy if I... That'll be handy the next time I feel like trying to... whatchamacallit? Trying to get butterflies. They're grumpy, don't mind them. Wrong way. Unfortunately, even though there are new crossbows in the DLC, and even a new ballista, as far as I know, there are no new bolts or ballista bolts. Oh wait, slight correction, there is one new type of bolt, but it's pretty much completely useless for normal gameplay. They added the peak bone bolt, which causes an effect that attracts enemies to wherever it lands. So, like, it is a distraction, but it's only useful for basic mobs, and in this run, I'm just running past the basic mobs. I don't want to fight them with my crossbow. And yes, it could facilitate that, but honestly, just running past them usually works. It wasn't really necessary for me to kill that thing, I just felt like it. It was either kill it or run past, and I kind of wanted to see how killing it would go. He's trying to follow me, but he didn't quite make it in time. I'm still not really sure why they felt it was important to make sealed spirit springs a thing. So honestly, the ceiling stones are always so close by that it doesn't really feel like it accomplishes anything. Birds, calm down, please. Again, there's no reason to go say hi to Ansbach. I just enjoy talking to him.
Righteous time. Well, I can hardly believe tender Mikkela's eye. It is a vessel of, I wonder, his fate. Righteous time concerning kind the full, but we do know, and that is where the Tower of Shadow well kept the gateway, a god we know.
More, do you have anything else of
come,
use?
you enjoy. I
Luckily, I think I can buy all of these. Once I tell more to be sad forever, I think I'll be able to buy all of these at the round table hold if I miss any of them.
goodbye.
Alright, now for the one that I really don't want to deal with, but I will. There's a really good chance that we just die to Queeline here. And if we do, I'm not going to be that bothered. I just have no desire to fight Queeline, and he doesn't give us anything that we can use. I'm not doing his quest because I can't use his spirit summon. It's not a crossbow wielder.
Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet
Yeah.
in the embrace of Mesmer's flame.
Goodbye. I wonder, is there anywhere that I can, like, get him to jump off the cliff or something? He's got a player character model. Okay, apparently there absolutely is a place where he will just jump off the cliff. It's very handy. Where is the bat? think it's leaving. I just like helping this guy, to be honest. The foragers in this game are really nice. They're just, you know, there. They share stuff with you when you see them. They give you flowers. Like, why would you not want to help them, honestly? That said, I have a feeling that the place where I got Queeline to jump off was not as well hidden. Oh, I just realized I do have the stuff for another Skidoo blessing. The place where I got him to jump off doesn't seem like it would be very reliable. I wonder if there's a good place to get him to jump off reliably. So I'm pretty sure as we go this way, we're going to hear Mikla's Great Rune shatter. I could be wrong. I think it happens. There is an argument for Rawa Base to be included in Rawa Ruins. But I'm going to go ahead and ignore that argument. The thing is, there are a lot of bosses that I absolutely could do with fewer Skidoo fragments that I'm going for right now. I could do Mesmer probably with as many as I had entering the area. And pretty easily with just the ones that I could pick up more or less on my way directly to the castle. But I don't really want to do that. I'd rather just go and get them when they become available, instead of constantly asking myself, okay, is this the fight when I need more skidoo? Especially since I want all of them by the time I reach Radahn. Radahn with less than max skidoo just sounds unpleasant. I'm really surprised that jump didn't manage to deal damage. And then, here it is. Okay, that should be all the spirit buffs and skidoo fragments that we can get right now. Yet more, we have to beat the hippo. Howdy, lads. Alright, there goes Mikla's Great Rune. I don't know why I sent that back down. There was no reason to do so. I kind of wonder if I can shoot the hippo from outside. Alright, folks, before we go into the hippo fight, I am gonna take a second and go to the bathroom. I'll be back in a minute. Alrighty, I am back. And I do see the sit redeem, so I guess I might as well. I want to double check the hippo. I know it can be bled, and that's going to be part of the strategy. Oh, hang on, there's one more thing that we need to do before going in there. There's a talisman that we have access to now that I want to get before I do literally anything else. And we might have to fight a boss for that as well, because, well, I don't know how kindly the boss standing next to this is going to take it. So it's time to head back to Fog Rift Fort. Oh, and we can start spreading dissension and mistrust and all that.
Oh, how did you feel a while by my trot? No, wait. I can wield my sword to cull the undeserving. Those unfit to bask in tender Nicula's presence. I should have thought of this earlier. Right, those of us. The Haunter. On one hand, he, with the enchantment lifted. On the other hand, perhaps you're concerned. Allow me some time. Allow me some...
Intriguing. Do you presume us I must uphold his covenant, Miquella shall? And then Marika, and vilest Erdtree both, will at last be from divinity rent. And surely. But first, the Impaler, in vengeance, how could I revenge a look? Think not lest you. Think not lest you.
Okay.
Ah, there you are. It took me, I believe it. If he were to put vengeance, and one day kindly make, even if he does his lineage, I believe the horn he never placed. You must have recognized him. The stench of. I will follow the Hunter to have his revenge of the Black Keep. I will follow to have his revenge of the Black.
Gotta start dealing with her allies right away. The tricky one, and the only one that I don't know offhand how to deal with, is Freya. I think all I have to do is not give her Ansbach's letter. And that should allow me to have Ansbach present in the Leda fight, but not her to have Freya. So yeah, if y'all recall, I'm just kind of trying to guide him over. All right. Well, took care of most of them. That's not bad. Oh, so that's where you pick up the Mesmer Soldier Axe. I should remember that from my level 1 run, because I have a feeling that's a good axe to have. So, hang on. Go through a gap between the tower and the rock wall to the east of the doorway. Hop down onto the wooden pathway. Follow it until you see a ladder on your right. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna kill the guy. He has negative lightning resistance, that's handy. And unimpressive bleed resistance. talismans fast enough. You know what? That's probably worth, because, in all honesty, there is still a chance that I try and use the deflecting hard tier on Radon. I don't want to, is the thing. Because if I use the deflecting hard tier, I'm getting no offensive benefit from it. It'll be a purely defensive thing, and that's not a very good reward for half of my physic. It doesn't really make me kill him faster, it just makes me live longer. This is it, right? Hey. So, real quick. I just want to give some numbers. The Arrow's Reach Talisman. Hold up. Really? Why does it not? Ah. The Arrow's Reach Talisman gives a 65% increase to range. The Arrow's Soaring Sting Talisman gives a 50% increase to range, but also an 8% increase to damage, which is so much better. Weirdly enough, you can have both Arrow's Sting and Arrow's Soaring Sting on at the same time. You can't have both Arrow's Reach and Arrow's Soaring Sting. So they won't let you crank up your range that much, but they will let you crank up your damage. Which works pretty well for us since, well, the damage is the bit that we're concerned about. Oh, I thought that was like a perfumer or something. Is there something down here? Ah well. Oh, let's go and visit Moore and Sir Ansbach. We can get Moore to die of sadness, and we can get Ansbach to, well, continue his quest.
Together. I don't... Our mother, she did... Must we be...
Remain sad forever.
Sad. Oh, this, the forager give, that... Sad. I, for you, things. Good.
Okay, and now I believe it'll just leave his bell bearing at some point.
Kindly make the fog and follies. Once I challenged I knew not how. I believed that with sufficient mastery I could not have been Mikola the Cure, and there is nothing more. Righteous tarnished, I am loath to admit.
Sad. Goodbye.
About 15,000 should do the trick. I can't remember what exactly is the prompt that causes Moore to leave. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and check. more. Okay, that's what I thought. So, it looks... I'm going to try and teleport here, because I feel like he's supposed to be dying, but he hasn't yet. There we go. Okay. So now, Moore is up here, next to the Kindred of Rot by the Church of the Crusade. I don't know why he's lying on top of the other one, though. Oh, I should have gone to see Tiolier. I'll see Freya, then Tiolier, then we'll take on the hippo.
Oh, they're good. Tell her that I'm... Don't worry, the guidance of kind... It's only... Kindly of the vow, and I am a... I must know... I'll be out on my... There's something... There is no need for... I will be true, though I do... Lady Leda, and on how glorious it would have been. I'll be out on my... There's something...
Okay... Sending everyone off on their various quests. So yeah, Freya is the only one that I expect I'll need to do a bit of research.
Oh, are you not affected feeling of St. Trina? What kind of befallen the problem is about suck.
Yeah, I I think I should do a bit of research on Freya to figure out exactly how I go about making sure she doesn't show up. I think all it takes is not giving her Ansbach's letter. But, oh, poison.
Just give me the...
I think you have to rest a couple of times to get him to move on.
I'm feeling Protestant Trina.
Then again, I guess there really isn't an advantage to getting him to leave, so no need to really bother with that. Okay, we have dealt with more. Hippopotamus. So, negative fire and lightning negation are notable. Since he's standing in water, though, we're definitely going to want to use lightning. He has pretty high resistance to hemorrhage, so I think the obvious build is to go for lightning and poison. Interesting. Yeah, I could go for this. I kind of just like how the terrain breaks whenever I reload the area. Since I am leaning pretty heavily toward the poison side of things, I think it's probably best. You know what could be fun? I'm kind of curious how the spread crossbow would do in terms of the lightning damage. You know what? Let's give it a try. Also kind of an interesting one. You can summon Freya and Hornsent for this. I also... Dang it. I had to check. So yeah, this thing apparently goes through ammo really fast, because it fires 10 bolts every time you shoot it. But I want to see how it does. I'll probably wind up being forced to hard switch ammo types at some point, but... die. Come on, why can't I dodge that? Jeez. Okay, so on the one hand, the pulley crossbow was definitely doing good damage. Or the spread crossbow was definitely doing good damage. On the other hand, yeah, that is a lot of... that is a lot of bolts. And since it's almost never going to be enough to get through the boss, it means I'm pretty much going to be forced to hard switch at least once. Between ammo types during any fight where I want to use it. Oh, between last stream and this one, I realized that Black Flame's Protection and Lord's Divine Fortification were both available in the Round Table hold. Lord's Divine Fortification absolutely would have been a good idea to have on for Radagon and Elden Beast, but oh well. I didn't think I'd unlocked them because I hadn't gone to the places where you go to unlock them, but I forgot that they just become available after Gideon leaves the hold, regardless of whether you've earned them. Dang, I have a lot of stone sword keys. I really doubt that I'll ever have the faith to use Erdtree Heal or a reason to do so. I already have the faith to use Heal from Afar though, which is nice. You don't actually have to heal from afar, you can kind of just aim it at your feet, and it's a really good heal as a whole. Very FP efficient, low faith prereq, all that. Yeah, I should definitely get this in my RL1 run. Although I just realized it probably wasn't already there. It probably just randomly dropped from one of the soldiers, which would kind of decrease its usefulness. Okay, I've spent a lot of lightning bolts today. I'm not going to get up to the strength needed to use that. I'm probably not going to get up to the strength needed to use that. So we've got 2 of each of those. Oh. Absolutely swap to the arbalest again. Oh, it's showing heavy load because I've adjusted my talismans recently. You know what? I'll stick with Moore's armor for a while. So one thing that I definitely want to do, and actually a really good reason to swap over to the explosive bolts, hang on a sec. Sorry, I want to double check stuff. Okay, so no more skidoo fragments until I get into the tower or head down to the river. Jeez. Y'all seem kind of grumpy. Really, dude? Guys, no one wants to deal with your crap. So now for the positive. I can head over here and be summoned to assist Letta.
Worthy haunting. I will dispose of you. Before your thirst for revenge beckons on you, I can no longer trust your word.
In the end, I knew this day would come. The nature of your kind, I am certain. But all will show itself. Give me time. Interfere not with my business. Said it.
What a surprise. That you should join me. I am pleased. Now go and make yourself useful.
So, your mongrel blood shows through at last. I was afraid to expect more of you. Small one.
Nope, this is just practicality.
Apologies. Oh. Wife.
You know, NPCs get really
Kindly
confused
make
once
them
you've
never
killed
betray
their
the vow.
enemies.
Go. Your family awaits you.
She's such a jerk. Like, seriously. You just murdered a man, and his dying breath was about his wife, child and mother, all of whom are dead. And your immediate response is to mock him for it. Dude, I'm honestly just gonna go ahead. I'll come back and fight. Well, I probably won't fight you. I'll come back and go down the ladder. Okay, so we are in the specimen storehouse, which I believe... Oh, wait, I'm stupid. Hold up. I thought we had to make it into the Shadow Keep to get the repeating crossbow. I was just completely wrong. Yeah, it's just sitting there where the dragon is fighting the other dudes. It's somewhere around. Do I need the dragon to, like, break this tent or something? Or is that maybe it? Is this it? Hey, there it is. So despite what you may think, the repeating crossbow probably isn't a massive upgrade on the pulley crossbow. It is capable of firing more bolts in a quick volley, but it does lock you in place for a while. Meaning it's not as easy to just fire for rapid status buildup. However, we are still going to go and upgrade it, because there are going to be at least a few instances, I think, where it'll be useful. And I should already have the runes for it. well, already have the materials for it. Really? I don't have a Somber 3? Fine. Go to Ichi.
Oh, have you heard along? It would not as lady you.
Dude, I just want you to give me my upgrades. I'm not
Something.
in the mood for small talk, Ichi. Yeah, this is the reason we hadn't spent a Somber Ancient on Creepus's crossbow, because I would rather have the repeating crossbow. Okay, let's head down the river. I keep wondering what Moore is doing there. I've never really even thought of trying out his armor, so it's like, what's he up to? What's going on here? Why is Moore next to me? Okay. Right, there is a revered spirit ash across the way. Probably go ahead and grab that. Some passing through. Furnace Golem. Once again, you've got nothing that I care to take from you. There we are. Yeah, if there's any positive about this, it's that about this route, it's that barring me feeling like I just absolutely have to get the deflecting hard tier, there's no reason whatsoever for me to pick up any of the drops from Furnace Golems. Okay, so there is a Skidoo fragment right at the bottom of this waterfall. We'll have to make our way down to the river before we can grab it. I almost ran into a... I almost ran off a cliff. Really, dude? That's just rude. Guys, chill. These guys are just gonna keep chaining me with that grab attack. I'm not interested in spending the ammo to kill them, much less the brain power. Here we go. Also, in addition to the stuff that I would normally go for around now, we're going to head down a path that I have never visited before. Because all my playthroughs up till now, I haven't used any summons in DLC. But apparently, this revered spirit ash... Whoa, what the heck is that? Down here. And now I'm kind of just curious what else I find if I go this way. Because there's no bosses this way. Is this maybe an alternate path to Jagged Peak or something? Is this the Darklight Catacombs? Because if so, this is worth grabbing. This is definitely worth grabbing while I'm down here. That'll be a handy grace to have down the line when it's time to go through those catacombs to get to the abyss. Which is a good ways further into the run, but... I'd also kind of like to get Rakshasa's armor set, but the last time I went into one of those jails to pick up an armor set, I didn't have a pleasant experience. Okay, so unlike the last unlike the pulley crossbow, the only way to use this one with its multi-shot ability is... Oh, I'm heavy. This one is just This one's just gonna be better. That took so many bolts. Come on. Alright, abandon that one again. I feel like the interior of its mouth should be a weak point. Okay, that's a few more skidoo fragments. Nice. Thinking about it, let's go and restock on lightning. I've been using so many of those. Thank you for the hydrate, Lastborn. Well, let's go say hi to Letta. She gives us a talisman. Unfortunately, I don't think it's the backstep talisman, which I would kind of like to have. Because during the fight against her...
It was hard to hit. I know I shouldn't, but I suppose it's only there's plenty left to be. Who else? I don't enjoy, but it's a small sacrifice. Who else? I don't enjoy, but it's a
So yeah, we did just get that lacerating crossed tree, which enhances dash attacks. Unfortunately, that is completely useless. And the one that enhances attacks after backstepping, we can only get if we help her kill Ansbach, and I would rather have Ansbach to help make the fight against her and Dane manageable. So, into the box that goes. I can't recall, where do you get the Firecrest Great Shield? So that'd be handy for Mesmer. Flame Drake Great Shield. Oh, that's the one. Fort of Reprimand. Oh, right. It's downstairs in the Fort of Reprimand, so it might be worth going back there to pick that up. But at the same time, that sounds really tedious. Okay, we're gonna head up here, head into the church district, lower the water, pick up the Skidoo fragment that's there, all that good stuff. That was just kind of rude. I'll pop into the Cathedral of Manus Matir just to get the paper that will eventually allow me to ring the bell in the Southern Fingerprint. Again, this is the exception to the region lock. Technically, it has occurred to me that there's a way to define the regions so that you don't miss anything. If you consider this half of Skidoo-Altus part of the hinterlands. Including everything you access from this side. Since this side is the only way to get to the church district. You could theoretically do the Shadow Keep up to Messmer, then go do Cerulean Coast, then head back here to do the hinterlands.
Well, I am Emi. It is a pleasure to have you. In lands seeing that we allow me to... The map I gave you charts the site of a hallowed ruin. It is said that after sounding the hanging bell there, one's fate will be guided by the stars. I only wish to be of service, to help those. I'm not mistaken. You are a fight. I've given you a white eye for power. Oh,
Okay.
yes. Is something it is good. Oh yes. Do mind your you wouldn't want to hurt.
Hi, Yolan. I'm gonna not fight you this playthrough because that sounds truly awful and miserable. So yeah, if you just labeled everything, basically this chunk of the map, as a separate section from Skidoo-Altus, then you could actually do all remembrance bosses region locked. But as it stands, you either need to go to an extra area in between to do Putrescence Night, or you need to go to an extra area in between to do Matir. Last run, we chose Putrescence Night. We just did Cerulean Coast up to there and then ran far enough into Skidoo-Altus to break the Miquella's Great Rune and then went back. This time we're doing Matir. So, nothing that we care about until we drain the water. Oh, wait. That doesn't actually have to be an issue because I need more poison bolts anyway. I've never seen it manage to reach out of the water before. Hi, bats. It kind of I think this might be intended as a reference to something in an earlier Dark Souls game, from what I've heard. Because otherwise it kind of blows my mind that they can't handle this organically. Like, the idea that you would need a cutscene to have this happen, when later on in the Shadow Keep there's just an entire massive pillar in the center that you change position of with a simple lever without a cutscene. Seems strange to me. Also, that might be the only example we have of a minor skidoo tree. Minor Erd trees show up all over the place, but I don't know if we ever encounter another minor skidoo tree. So I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Pretty sure I just got spotted by a fire knight. Nope. Okay then. I can grab this grace and save further exploration in the church district for later. Because I think there's another path that I have to take to get to a specific section of the hinterlands. Probably wrap up soon. Luckily, there's not too much that I care about collecting in this area. However, I do think I'm going to want explosive bolts in a minute. From what I recall of where this spits me out. What? Oh my gosh, I managed to land. How did I manage to land that? Alright, rip Rune Arc. I was really hoping that if I just shot him with a volley of explosive arrows, that he would just fall off. The alternative strategy is just to not bother with this guy, which should work fine, honestly. I think most of these guys can be avoided if you're just careful with where you walk. Except maybe this guy. I might have to find a way to deal with this guy. Alright, I just want to see where he goes. See, just pulling that lever makes that whole pillar in the middle of the room move in real time. And yet somehow, that doesn't require separate time to load. Alright, I'm heading to the Freya room.
Fickle, fidgety little letters. I should wipe you clean off the page.
Tracking on those mesmer fire spells is so weird.
Righteous
Ionsbach.
after unburdening, but there was one so. After look, it appears and taken. Surely you, after failing, I'd do anything. What could they possibly implicate? What could they possibly implicate?
Okay. I think that's a good place to call it for the day. Because it's 10:30, and we've got a bunch of exploring the storehouse to do. which will take a minute because I always get lost in this place. Oh. Oh. Oh, my spine. Yeah, so that's going to be it, folks. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Next time should be pretty big, because we should be able to do... Once we've cleared the storehouse and found our way through it and such, we should be able to do Mesmer, Gaius, and the Erdtree Avatar all in pretty quick succession. I am a little bit worried about Mesmer specifically, just because he's kind of skinny in Phase 1, which might make it difficult to hit him. Skinny and highly mobile is kind of a bad combo for us, so we'll have to see how that plays out. Also, since the Erdtree Avatar is just going to be pure DPS, that might be painful, but luckily, we have fire. That's the extent of the strategy there, is just, hey, we have fire, we should be able to make some good use of that. Honestly, it might be a time to use the... It might be a time to break out the spread crossbow and just go nuts with 2 types of firebolts, although now that I think about it, that would still only give me 20 shots, which isn't great, so no, that's not the strategy. I need to test out the firebolt in some other ways, maybe see how it measures up in terms of status buildup. I know there's a penalty to the status buildup, which I don't think... well, I know that there's a penalty to how many shots can actually hit one target, which is tricky. It may see its time to shine in, like, the Jory fight. I think its bolts might actually just pass through enemies as well. I need to do some testing, but I'm kind of lazy. So yeah, there's that limitation. Anyway, we'll see how it plays out. In the meantime, I hope y'all enjoyed. Appreciate y'all, and I hope to see you next time. Later, folks. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you for the hydrate. I'll do it in a sec. Bye.